Hi, welcome to the Differently podcast. My name is Breeze. This is a podcast for purpose-driven artists and creatives who want to do things differently. I am really excited for the episode today because I actually have a guest, and that is the artist that goes by the name of Virtues. We had a really awesome discussion about limiting beliefs and how sometimes we can limit ourselves as an artist, which can cause us to procrastinate or compare, and then all of a sudden we are just feeling very unfulfilled in our artistry and just, ourselves as people. So this was something that, he has come into awareness of, so we were able to just unpack that and, come up with some different ways that we could approach it. So I hope you enjoy the episode. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow along in the IG group. So see you there next time. Yeah, I guess. Bye. And hello. What's up?
We here.
Yeah, we're here. We are here.
The home studios.
I feel very close to you right now.
It doesn't look close on there though.
No, it doesn't look close on there, but I feel like we're really in each other's business.
We have this much room, but it feels like this much room, honestly.
It really does.
Thin.
I hope you don't mind me just kind of like coming in here in your life. Like, hey, come on my podcast, and then
what are you doing in music? Just like right here. I love it.
Tell me everything. Yeah. So we're going to talk about your answer.
Yeah.
Which was, I've already kind of introduced you in the intro and everything. So,
Yeah.
Your answer was all about limiting yourself, and that's something you would do different about that is to not limit yourself.
in a little bit of sense, like every time I see like somebody else doing something like really grand with their music, like they're doing like a release party or they're doing like a listening party, I get this like big FOMO feeling where I'm like, man, I need to be doing that, and it somehow like it makes me go and do that one thing, or it'll make me write a song or make me go like towards my my artistry or something. So as far as like doing it differently, I think I would like start setting up like different goals for myself rather than getting home and feeling that FOMO feeling. It's like, okay, when I get home, instead of doing this, I'm gonna do more of the songwriting, do more artistry. So yeah,
I feel like comparison is like a huge motivation killer. I don't know if you like ever struggle with that. I recently found out how much I do compare. I'm annoying because I'll find things out that I've just been always doing, but that I don't think I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, it's like you can't accept that you're still doing the most.
Yeah, it's like I don't compare. That's comparing's bad. I don't compare. And then if I sit and think about it, I'm like, no, actually, I do compare, and that does take up a lot of my time.
And that's why we don't do those certain things or something, right?
Yeah. So like how you were sort of saying, when you see someone doing something that like you should be doing.
Exactly.
And is it because you're almost like the way they're doing it, or is it because like you haven't taken the steps yet to actually like put yourself out there and do it?
Well, I think that kind of goes off what you were saying. It's like you have to kind of like look at yourself and be like, all right, well, how far did I come? You can't really do that every single time you get like that FOMO feeling or comparison. But I think since I'm like a lover of all types of music and I love everything I hear, like I love sound, I think I'm always like, oh, well, I could write that music score. Damn it, I should be writing a music score. Oh, well, I could be a videographer. I could be doing, so I think, I think every artist definitely goes through that phase where like, what are my goals? What's realistic right now? Yeah.
I feel like when we are seeing things and then that there is that like bit of motivation behind it, like okay, this is getting me off my butt to like go and do it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like sometimes very insightful.
Yeah.
So it's like until you've heard a score, you didn't even know that you like wanted to write one.
Exactly.
Right? So it's just like almost exciting at the same time. Like, I can see how it can have that kind of negative spin on it of like you then turn on yourself like, why am I like procrastinating everything, or why are they doing that and that? But I think it's like a different approach is like, oh, this is exciting. I didn't know I was even interested in something like this.
Yeah, take it for what it is.
Yeah.
I think procrastination is a killer too.
Yes. 100%.
Doing everything last minute. But I think that's just part of the creative brain too. Like, I feel like creatives just have that never getting to it until it's done. But when they do it, it's like a masterpiece, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. I feel when it comes to procrastination, it's you're putting off something you know you're meant to be doing.
Wow. True.
So it's a little different to like, well, I just kind of feel it's a little different to being creative, because sometimes like when you say you're going into something and you're like, this is the intention for it. Like, I'm going to write a song.
Right.
You may have some ideas of what the song is, but you don't exactly know. So part of that might be like it takes time. Right. For that to kind of like cultivate. You might have to live life a little. Like, you might have this concept, but you're like, I kind of need to observe more. So you may not start it straight away, or you may not put it out straight away.
Or something you've never done before.
Yes.
And that's kind of like based off my answer too. It's like, I don't want to limit myself. No one wants to limit themselves. But like, if being a content creator meant stepping out of like my boundaries or stepping out of my comfort zone, man, I have to try that. Like, I have to be like happy with doing that, because that's what is the motive now. That's like what the system is now, you know, content creation and stuff. So
yeah, it's part of your music. It's like
it has to be.
It's like the low end.
Yeah. What did you say? You said something to me one time. You're like, this is like you put a number on the amount of money in the industry it's going to be by a certain amount of time.
Oh, just like, the content creation business in itself is going to like reach like $1 trillion or something. It's some stupid amount of money, like just that industry.
That's crazy.
That's not even like, just that as itself has kind of become an industry. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of new to this. Yeah. But I kind of feel like it did sort of become a legit thing, because I think it sort of did start as this background thing. Like, we just go watch the movies. Right. You know, we're not really thinking about like the guy behind the camera or the guy in the editing room. No. That's like, hey, here's 10 ways why you need to have better color grade. Like, I don't know. We didn't like think of that
just
stuff.
Nerding out. Yeah.
Yeah. Where we're like now in the rabbit hole about like color grading videos.
That's hilarious.
So I think that aspect of it is why it's going to grow so much, because, I mean, even like on TikTok, there's more people wanting to watch content than people actually creating content. Wow. So there's this almost like this amazing kind of space that I feel like we may miss if we don't kind of get in on it. Yeah. Because it's like, when again is that going to come around where it's like more people want more content?
They want to see more into people's lives, kind of, you know? Like YouTube, you would see a video, it's like a vlog, but now you're looking at you're looking at somebody in their everyday life. You're looking at people in their homes and in their workspace and what they do. It's like, is this what content is now?
Yes. Content is literally anything. Yeah. Yeah. So you actually make dope content.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you ever find it kind of hard to sort of figure out what content you want to make? Because I know, like, being an artist myself, it's hard, because it's like, well, I have all these aspects about myself, but like, is a podcast the way to promote my music, or is it just live footage and then I just make reel? Like, but you kind of have seen, how long did it sort of take for you, or did you just kind of like already know, like, I want to be in my bedroom writing songs and like doing different things? Did you already sort of like know that?
I feel like it kind of goes back to when like Instagram kind of had, when they started videos, I would just like upload like videos of me playing guitar. So like it started with me just playing guitar. That was my content. And then when Reels and TikToks came out, it was like, okay, now you can kind of make like this little movie type style. And like you said, anything can be content. So now everywhere I go, if I'm in a studio or if I'm like anywhere, I'll just start recording and piece it together at the end. So like, I feel like maybe like a 5-year span of like what I want to do now. It's like, let me just push this type of content out, because it's kind of working for me. Yeah. I'm getting more people like following me off of my reel. And it's just because I'm tapping into like that algorithm. Algorithm's a huge thing too.
Yeah. 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 Some people are scared of it.
Yeah. It's taking over the world.
But it's like, what's so funny about that is like, you're the one training it.
Wow. We're feeding the beast.
Like, you are literally telling it what you want.
Yeah.
It just takes a little time.
Right.
Because there is an aspect of like figuring out what we want.
Right. And I feel like when you're trying to figure out your niche market, right? You're trying to figure out like who's going to like this or who you're trying to go with this. Like you just said, you have to teach that algorithm like every day. Like, okay, this person didn't like it. So we know that it's taking that information, it's going to go somewhere else that someone did like it, and they open up that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like never ends. It's always studying.
Yeah. It is always studying. Yeah. So would you say that is your main barrier right now? Is limiting yourself?
Yeah.
When it comes to your approach to music.
Well, also like you hear people being like, stick to one thing, and stick to one thing, and ride that wave and like what you're really good at. But like I said, I'm such like a lover of everything that like I don't want to put limits on myself, because I am right now, and like limiting myself kind of looks like not going to that listening party, or not doing that reel, or not making that content, not making that song that you think no one's gonna like. Mm-hmm. So I think this year is probably just about breaking down those walls. Yeah. And taking that annoying step that people are always talking about.
Yeah, that's exciting. Because that's where I feel like the stress just kind of starts to dissipate, because it's like kind of all assumptions.
Yeah.
Of like, we're just like kind of assuming all these outcomes.
Right.
And then when we kind of start doing it, we're like, oh, it's always like that. It's like, that sounds differently in my head. Like, have you ever said that? We tried to say a joke and no one, you're like, okay, that kind of worked in my head.
It's like shorter, or like not as funny when you say it. Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe I'm just not funny. I don't know.
That's why I'm in music.
Yeah. I think that's a really positive step.
Yeah. Don't limit yourself.
Don't limit yourself.
Can't limit yourself.
And, it's hard to not limit yourself when you are kind of coming across things where you're like, oh, this is another limiting belief. Yeah. Oh, this is another limiting thing.
Or I couldn't do that because my genre doesn't do that, or they don't do that. Well, do it. Try it. You want to do it. Listen to that.
Yeah. Yeah, like we were kind of saying before, it's like you didn't realize you even wanted to write a score till you heard it.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's just a very exciting thing.
Yeah, you got to push yourself.
Yeah.
Try it, because if you didn't try it, you wouldn't have known,
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see. I think whenever you try and approach something just in a different way. Yeah. It's always exciting, because now you're like stepping into this like very unfamiliar place. And I don't know, I feel like when you do it and you kind of keep doing it, then it gets exciting. But I do understand like it can be very like daunting and a little scary and a little like, am I just now gonna like fuck everything up? Yeah. And I don't think you could ever fuck anything up.
No, just consistency, baby. That's the one thing. Yeah. The big C word. The big. I mean, Australians have another big C word, but I'm really not sure like where this podcast is going. I'm not offending anybody if this is being seen worldwide. Yeah. I'm just not sure if this podcast is one that drops that word. I'm still figuring it out. But thank you for coming on. Yeah. Thank you for all that insight. I think it's very valuable. Thank you. To just even be open to be like, hey, this is what I'm kind of like mulling over right now that I need to do different. Like that's a big thing. Yeah, definitely go about it differently. Yes. Love I mean, the do it different mantra came from me not drinking anymore, so it's all working positive. Yeah, it's working great for me so far. So anyway, I love it. Thank you. Hell yeah, let's go make a beat or something. Let's do it.